The man had just brought the dessert to his lips when he saw police officers surrounding the place outside. He quickly glanced around and, after confirming that there was only an elderly couple in the store, he instantly realized that the police were after him. So, the man put down the money for his meal and then placed his hands flat on the table. No sooner had he done this than two police officers burst in. Although it would have been easy for the man to take care of the two officers, he chose to surrender quietly. After being escorted back to the police station, a female officer wanted to register him, but the man didn't say a word, which made the chief very angry. The chief was about to teach him a lesson when a black detective stepped forward. After taking the man alone to the conference room, the detective told him that a murder had occurred in the town the night before. The victim had been shot in the back of the head at close range. The murderer had picked up the shell casing after the crime and had beaten the body for a long time before casually covering it with a piece of cardboard. And it just so happened that this morning, a witness saw the man walking near the body dump site. The man, who had been silent for a long time, finally spoke up after hearing this.
Because I didn't kill anybody. At least not recently. And not in this town.
He then began to clearly analyze the case, suggesting that there were three participants in the murder. The first was a marksman who knew a lot about guns. He was cautious, which was why he used a silencer and picked up the shell casing. The second was a mentally disturbed pervert, the kind of person who would beat a corpse. The last one was a careless coward who, fearing the body would be discovered, tried to cover it with cardboard. Although the detective agreed with the man's reasoning, it still didn't explain why he had been seen near the body dump site. The man immediately said that he had just happened to get out of his car nearby to pay his respects to a blues singer who had died there. But the detective didn't believe him. So, until they found proof that the man had been somewhere else at the time of the crime, he was kept in custody. Fortunately, a set of phone numbers was found in the victim's shoe. Soon, the detective traced the numbers and found the owner, who turned out to be a banker. At first, he claimed to know nothing about it, but when he saw a black car outside, he became nervous right away. Before the detective could finish explaining the case, the banker confessed. He said he was the murderer. The detective had already sensed that he was lying, but to be cautious, he decided to test him.
That you just blew a man away. A double-barrel shotgun blast right to the face, and then burnt the body.
Yes, I did.
Hearing this, the female officer also realized that the banker was a scapegoat. But since he admitted to being the murderer, the two of them took him back. Now that they had a new suspect, the detective let the man go. He walked out of the police station, wanting to leave immediately. But then the detective called him back, saying that just because the banker claimed to be the murderer, it didn't mean the man was innocent. The man got very angry. He pointed out that when the banker was being escorted into the station, a police officer had looked at him for more than 2 seconds. Clearly, there was a secret between them that hadn't been revealed. But the detective didn't believe him. So, the man started to reason.
You're also about 40, which means you did your 20 at Boston PD to get your pension so you can afford a proper Southern suit, but you still look like Black Sherlock Holmes.
Judging from the detective's reaction, the man was right. But having proven his ability, he was even less likely to be let go. The detective immediately called the man and the police officer into the office together. It was then revealed that the banker was related to the officer. They had a family party last night, drinking and dancing until 2 a.m. before going home drunk. So, the banker didn't have the time to commit the crime. To get the banker to confess, the detective came up with an idea.
Yeah, well, maybe a week in a lockup will motivate him. Let me know what he says.
The hell does that mean?
But soon the man understood what the detective was thinking, because in the next second, he was handcuffed again and, along with the banker, got on the bus to the isolation prison.